Hello, good morning, everybody. Welcome to this morning market review. My name is Joshua. It's nice to be here again. Oh, good morning, Mr. Akano Femi. You can see that. Yes, thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to Brown Akinola. Good morning to Chinedu. Okay. Yep. Good morning to uh Ekpemski. Good morning to Emmanuel Kare. Good morning to Jace Otegbayo. Good morning to Jonathan. Good morning to Kalu. Good morning to Kamsio Egboga. Good morning to Mandu Timothy Umo. Good morning to Nnamdi Mbata. Good morning to Olamide Olowo. Good morning, Olamide Olowo. Okay, good morning to Olariwaju Benga. Good morning to Oluremi Ajibola. Good morning to Philip Amaz. Good morning to Sanari A. Oteje. Good morning to Uche Chukwu. And good morning to, yes, Onyedika. Yes, I can see that. Good morning to Jonathan. Good morning to Jacob Oladimeji. All right. Good morning to Darlington. Yes, good morning to every one of us online. Thank you for joining this morning's market review. And like you all know, I'm going to be our host for today. My name is Joshua, aka Josh FX. All right. All right, so I welcome us all to this morning's market review, and hopefully today is going to be very, very interesting. Yes. All right, so just for formality sakes to know that, yes, let's just do the normal checks. You know, you can hear me loud and clear. Please kindly come to the chat section and drop it there loud and clear so I can see it. Yes, I can see your greeting, Carlo. Good morning. Carlo, good morning to you. Thank you for joining this morning's market review. Yes, so please, yes, I just need us to drop the message loud and clear so I can know you can hear me loud and clear from your end. Thank you very much. I can Femi loud and clear. I still need two more. Yes, two more response, please. Loud and clear, loud and clear. I'm with you, please. Let me know that you can hear me from your own end. Oh, Mr. Kalu, thank you very much. Loud and clear, loud and clear. So the truth, okay, so this is it. If you're unable to hear me from your own end, if you're unable to hear me from your own end, I will need you to please change your location. Okay, Mr. Brown Akinola saying loud and clear. Thank you very much for that. That will do too. Thank you. So it means if you're unable to hear me clearly from your own end, it means it's not from the issue is not from my own end here. All our advice you do is you switch off your device, you on it again, then you on your data, or you change your location because yes, I believe sometimes the network can be distorted due to your location. All right, Mark Angeline, loud and clear. Thank you very much for that. Good morning. Okay, so with that being said, we move into the real deal now. First, we'll look at like we all know, we know the drill. We'll look at the news that will be coming out today, what came out yesterday, and how it has affected the market and what is going to happen today. You understand? So let's start with that. Let's see what is going to happen. Okay, so I'll be sharing my screen from my own end here now. So we'll look at the markets together. Let's look at it fundamentally first. Okay, so let's see what is happening. I'm sharing my screen now, so and I believe from our end we should be able to see my screen right away. Yes. Okay, so please, I'm coming. Just give me some seconds. I need to put something straight here. Thank you. All right, thank you very much for holding on. Yeah, just wanted to make one or two adjustments for us to move on to help in the whole thing. Thank you very much for waiting. All right, so we'll look at it now, starting on the forexfactory.com to look at all the information. As of yesterday, the informations that came out, we had the AUD that came out around 2:30 a.m., the employment change and the unemployment rate. It came out negative and neutral. Yes. Then by 12 p.m., we had the monetary policies on GBP and it came out the same. You understand? The interest rate was not changed, 4.0. They didn't reduce and they didn't increase it. All right. So then we had the unemployment news that came out on unemployment claim that came out by 1:30 p.m. on USD and the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, and it came out strong for USD on both. And you discovered that around that time we had you saw the reaction in the market to move in that line too. So, but that's that for yesterday. Anyway, but as of this morning, we have an important news that got released around 4:47 a.m. That's on the JPY, that's the Bank of Japan policy rate. You understand? And it came out neutral too. They didn't increase or reduce their interest rate. Then the monetary policy statement. Then by 7 a.m., we had the GBP retail sales month to month, and it came out positive for the GBP. Then as of 7:30 a.m. now, the Bank of Japan press conference took off, and yes, then we now have news coming out by 1:30 p.m. on the Canadian dollar. That's the core retail sales month to month and the retail sales month to month. That's all the important news we have for today. But by next week, we have some other important news coming out. That's by Monday and Tuesday and the likes. All on next week, there's going to be important news coming out, and our advice, we really use that opportunity to make some good headways for ourselves in this market. You understand? Okay, so that's that for that. Let's come and see the currency strength meter and see what is really saying as of this morning on all currencies. Yes. So as of this morning on all the currencies, we'll discover that the USD and JPY actually are the strongest as of now. USD and JPY are actually the strongest as of this morning. We can see that, followed by the Canadian dollars, which you can see the green arrow highlighting on it, showing that yes, it's increasing strength. Then we have the euros. Then AUD. The AUD is also showing you us a green arrow, showing that it's gaining strength. And we also have the NZD also showing the green arrow on it, showing that it's gaining strength. But the CHF is weak. Then GBP is even the weakest. And also, now I'm not saying CHF is not weak too, but the reason why I'm saying GBP is the weakest as of now is because it has the red arrow indicating on it. You understand? But on normal ground, I'll say CHF and GBP are the weakest as of now. But based on the arrow we're seeing now, we'll say GBP is the weakest. You understand? So that's as of this morning, based on the currency strength meter. And by the time you look at the chart, or look at the chart, you discover that we'll see it in that same line. We'll see it in that same line. Okay. So these are just the whole things we need to know for this morning on the currency strength meter and the news that will be released on the forexfactory.com. So the only news that we are waiting or expecting as of this morning or today is on the USD, is on the Canadian dollar, I mean. Is on the Canadian dollar. So for that, you compare it with different instruments, either the USD card or Euro card or card JPY, etc. Okay. So that's that on that. Let's come to the chart now. So let me share my screen so we can see the chart. Yes, I'm with us. All right, so we are on the chart currently. So first thing first, like we all know the drill. I'll start with currencies. From currencies, I move to commodities. Commodities to indices. That's the way it works. Okay. So first thing first, I'm starting with currencies, then we'll take it from that point. So I'm starting with Euro USD first. I'm looking at Euro USD. Let's look at it on the daily time frame and see what is happening. So I'm zooming out so we can see. And if you look at it for a while now, Euro USD has actually been going up. That's just it. From this point, got up to this high, did a pullback down. Now it's back to this point. In fact, from all the whole thing, I feel the currency is actually coming to this point, to this particular high. That's what my own opinion is. I feel that's what is going to happen. So all these points is just a pull back to this point, then it will gather some momentum and push back to the upside. I'm expecting price to go up. So price could actually reject around zones here, back up, you understand, except if it's going to change its direction. And if it's going to change its direction, it might break further down, you understand, break below this zone, push further, come to this zone, push further, like that, and it changes its structure, you understand. But I'm just emphasizing, I expect price to still push up, you understand. I'm expecting euros to push up based on my own bias or my own opinion. But with that being said, let's look at it on the lower time frame, because based on the trend we're seeing, price has actually been going up, giving us that higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. You understand? So let's look at what is happening on the lower time frame. This is on my 1 hour time frame now. And based on what we're seeing on 1 hour time frame, you discover that this particular section here, price has respected it for a while. This is a support zone. So for us to know if price is going to go down or go back up, let's hold on for price to either break below this zone or get rejected. Now you see price has respected at the point it looked as if it was ranging here, pushed up, got to this high, came back down to do a retest of this same point. Can you see? Now it has tested it once, got rejected, came back the second time to test it, and we're still having that rejection. So based on what we're seeing at this junction or at this point now, if price is unable to break below this part, then we should expect a rejection back to the upside. And that's what we're practically seeing on candle zero. Price is having issues there. You understand? Based on what we're seeing, price is having issues there. But there's still a good time on our hands. You understand? This is just 8 and 16. You understand? So there's still every possibility that price could still come back down and break below this point, close below it and get down. So let's wait and see. If price breaks below this particular section that has been marked out for us, closes below the box successfully, then we could have price reversing back down. But if price is giving us this bullish trend based on what we're seeing now, and it continues moving, then we should expect a reversal and a continuation back to the upside based on what we're seeing happening on candle zero. But we can't judge practically on candle zero. What we need to do is to look at what has happened in time past, and based on what we're seeing on time past, all this while it got rejected, came back to this place, it got rejected, coming back again, is getting rejected. So this is more or less like a pullback, and as far as it's respecting this point, we're expecting price to what? Push up. Yes, and for that reason, if price is able to push up to the high side, like if price is able to come up to this point, just hold on for it to break above this point. That's as far as price does not do anything around this point, just like we're seeing now, it's being rejected and it's coming and it closes bullish. If candle zero should close bullish and is able to close above this particular section that's been marked out, then we should expect a bullish move on this particular market. So that's my take on Euro USD. That's my take on Euro USD. Okay. Now let's look at USD CAD. So looking at USD CAD now, going to my daily time frame, and I'm zooming out. So let's see the trend. So if you look at the trend, for a while, price has gone up on USD CAD. Price has actually gone up on USD CAD. Based on the information we're seeing, let me show us this. Based on the information we're seeing, remember the last time it got to this high, it got rejected, right? So now let's zoom in and see some things. Now you see around this point, price closed here, it gapped up to this point and came back down. Opened at this zone, came back down, meaning it still respected this particular section here. Come in, let me zoom out so we can easily get it. Still respect this, it respected this zone around this point here. You understand? So now price is now back down, and since then it's been giving us more of this bearish move, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So is it going to come down, or is going to continue in that line? Because if you look at it from this point to this point, it's still giving us that upward trend. So if price should respect this trend, it could still push up. It could still push up. But let's hold on and see what is going to happen on the lower time frame. You understand? I'm with us. So on the lower time frame now, can we see from this point, price has been pushing up based on what we're seeing on trend here now. Price has actually been pushing up from this point like this upwards. Okay, price has been pushing up. So price could actually get so close and respect that point. Come on, let me draw it tight. Okay. Price is respecting this part. Let's even make it like this. Okay, so it could be this point. If I'm to make it tight like this, okay, so price could respect it this point. This man that is coming down is only coming down as a result of the resistance above, resistance that it met with at this point. You understand? As a result of the resistance it met here. So if price is able to break above this point successfully, so what I just feel is happening here is just a minor pullback on USD CAD. What I feel is happening is a minor pullback. So price could still reverse back. Hold on for price to break above this section, then it will successfully push up. Well, as far as it does not happen, no. If price is able to come down and breaks below this particular trend too, we should expect price to drop successfully. But hopefully with what we're seeing, there could be a reversal back to the upside. The price is just respecting this resistance here. That's that. So price could still break above. Let's wait and see. Is it going to break above it? Yes. If it closes above this shaded part, this box, once it closes above this box, then we should expect price to push up. We can go for that bullish move on USD CAD. Although the price has been moving up slowly and likes on USD CAD for some time now. So that's just what is actually doing. So or if it doesn't break above this zone, we should expect price to what? To drop. That's the way it is, USD CAD. So we're expecting it to either break above and continue pushing up, but if it doesn't meet that requirement and it respects this zone and continues coming down, then let's wait for it to break below this trend. And once it closes below this trend, then we can go for that bearish move. That's that. Okay? Yes. Thank you. Let's move to another currency pair. Let's look at USD CHF. All right, USD CHF it is. We're on USD CHF, and based on what we are seeing, even on daily time frame, CHF has actually been very, very strong for a long time. Let me show us. I'm on daily time frame, so we'll see that. Can you see? Based on what we are seeing for a while now, it's been more of downward trend on CHF. Let me show you. In fact, weekly time frame, if I'm able to get it, let it come up. Okay, so can you see? It's been more of downward trend on USD CHF. It's been more of downward trend. So therefore, even on monthly time frame, downward trend. So on USD CHF daily, is giving us that lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and the likes. It's still going to come down, and I mean, price has been dropping and dropping and dropping. So what are we expecting on USD CHF? Let's go to our 1 hour time frame and see. So based on what it's showing now, based on what price is showing now, price has gotten to a resistance and it has respected that zone and is dropping. And yes, the truth is this. Price could still drop if we are to look at it based on the trend, like we've seen on the higher time frame. It's been giving us lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. We've been having that drop in price, showing that CHF has actually been very, very strong compared to the US dollars. And based on what we're seeing now, price at this point, when it got dead last time, it ranged a little before it broke down and it came down. Then it pulled back to that same zone. And you can see on getting to that zone is expecting it. So this is this deal here too. If price is able to break above this point, then it should go for a buy. If it closes above this zone, we should expect price to push up. But if that does not happen and it respects that zone, we're expecting price to drop. But if we are to look at it based on the trend we've seen in years, then I'll expect price to what? To push down. I'll expect a bearish move or USD CHF. In fact, I will pitch my tent with the bears on USD CHF based on what we've seen for yesteryears on it. Price has been pushing down. You understand? So just like I said, remember sometimes ago I said most of these instruments, there's a particular direction they tilt towards more than the other. And on USD CHF, we've discovered or we can see now based on past action that price has been dropping. So the best thing to do is to look out for the best opportunity to go in for that sell. You understand? So I'm based on what we're seeing here, price is being rejected at this point now. If it closes bearish here, please, we can go for that bearish move. We can follow it down. You understand? So USD CHF, I'll pitch my tent with the bears as far as it respects this particular information here. So that's that on USD CHF. Right? Let's look at USD JPY and see what is happening on USD JPY. Okay. JPY. All right. Looking at it on the higher time frame now. I'm zooming out. So looking at USD JPY, you discover that JPY, it's based on the trend we're seeing, it's been pushing up for a while, and even pushing up for a while as of this moment is more or less like it's moving between 2 points. The highest point it got to here and this particular zone here now. That's where price has been. So it's been more of internal support and resistance here around this point here. Okay, so it's just been, price has just been between these 2 points since it got here. It's just been here, 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 here. So is it that price wants to come down? Maybe, but let's look at it. Based on what we're saying, it's been giving us that trend from this point coming down, coming down. You understand? So this could be another trend trying to form, but based on what we're seeing from this part and this part now, it could be like price is ranging around this point. But let's look at what we can get from it on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, let's see with us. Okay, so this is on 1 hour time frame, got to this low, now it's this high, came down to the, well, you know that news came out on JPY this morning, and as of this morning, JPY is actually strong. So I would say it can be a little bit dicey. You understand, because of the information and everything. And yeah, I'm expecting JPY to be strong too, because it's been weak for a while. For a really, really long while too, it's been weak. So I'm expecting strength to come back to JPY. So if I'm expecting strength to be on JPY based on my own bias, then I should be expecting price to drop on USD JPY. I should be expecting price to drop on USD JPY. So this is what I would say. It's my own opinion now. We can hold on for price to break below this part successfully. If you want to go for that bearish move, let it close below this point successfully. If it closes below that point successfully, we can go for that bearish move. Yes, we can go for that bearish move once it's able to close below this point. But if that does not happen, we need to hold on, because price could move back up. You understand? Price could move back up from that point. Yes, so my take on USD JPY is we hold on, because if that is not it, as of this morning to USD is actually strong. So you might see price struggling. It could range based on the fact that both of them are strong. Let's go to our currency strength meter so you can see that. Okay, I'm coming. So this is it. Can you see it? Two of them, they are both strong on equal strength. You understand? Full meter, full meter. So based on what I'm saying, price could range on this particular instrument, USD JPY. Price could range around that point. So we could have price having issues. And if price is going to range, I would advise we need to hold on and wait for it to pick a definite direction. This is another zone up here. Yeah. Okay. So based Okay. Oh, sorry for that. There was a network glitch, but I'm back now, and I believe we all can hear me clearly. So yes, so based on what it is now, like I said, on USD JPY, both of them are strong. USD is strong, JPY is strong. So because of that, I will feel price might actually range where it is. So if price is going to range, we should expect price to give us a direction, because in a ranging zone, that's a correction zone. So let's just hold on and see what price is going to do. If it gives us a definite direction, then we can follow. But these two zones has been marked out for us. So if price should move above or below any of these zones, we can easily follow it in that light. Okay. All right. So that's that on USD JPY. Okay. So let's look at GBP USD. Let's go to GBP USD. So GBP USD as of this morning, wow, nice one. This is on 1 hour time frame. Looking at what we're seeing on 1 hour time frame, based on what it's showing us now, it has gotten to this support zone, and you can see what is happening now. And yes, this now let me give us this little hint. Let's look at this particular instrument the way it is. The wick of candle 0 is already lesser than the wick of candle 1. Let's hold on and wait. Let's wait for it to close bullish and it closes on the body of candle one, if it closes bullish and on the body of candle one, I would advise us to go for that bullish move instant. Go for the bullish move instant on GBP USD because I expect it to push up. Yes. And because this is even happening on a support on its own, on a support. Yes. So where price is now is on a support. Yes, what it's doing is on a support. And if you look at, based on what we are seeing here, let's see. Let me even draw this. Yes, let's go back. Based on what we're seeing here, can you see? Price got rejected. The last time price got to this point, it got rejected. This was the last time it got rejected. It came up, came back close to it, got rejected, got up to this point. Now is at that same point. Price is at that same point. You understand? So for price to be at this same point, then we should expect, we're already saying it, price is expecting it. So if it closes bullish like this on the body of candle one, please go bullish with it, go bullish with it. I expect it to go up. But if the reverse is the case and is able to break below this part, then we should expect a bearish move. We should expect a bearish move. But based on what we are saying now, based on the structure that is given to me, if it closes in this line and it closes bullish and the bullish is on the body of candle one, then we can go bullish with it. Can go bullish with it. Can go for your straight and instant buy. Okay, so all the whole information will be given to us by what time? Let me see. Exactly by 9, you understand? By then we'll know how this market has closed, then we can go bullish. So that's my take on GBP USD. All right, let's look at AUD USD. AUD USD. All right, AUD USD. Okay. So looking at it from the higher time frame, you discover that price has been pushing back up, but on the long-term trend, you see that price has been dropping on AUD USD, showing that AUD Australian dollar has actually been strong for a while. It's been really, really strong for a while now. And it's been giving us that lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. You understand? So are we expecting price to drop again? If it's giving us that trend on daily time frame, then you should know what I mean. We should expect price to what? To drop. And that's what we're seeing here. Price has gotten to this resistance, and you can see the way it is now. It's coming down, it's coming down. So this is my take on it. If it's able to break below this part successfully, we can go bearish with it again on AUD USD. If it closes below that section successfully, please go bearish. There's a zone around that point where price is. There's a zone around that point where price is. So if price is able to break below this part successfully, we should go bearish. So let's hold on. Now, you know, technicals has to do with patience. You must be very, very patient. As far as you're patient and price meets your requirement, you strike. So based on what we are seeing here, hold on for price to close bearish below this particular section that has been marked out. Then we can go what? Bearish on AUD USD. Okay, that's my take. I'll be expecting price to go bearish. Now, NZD USD. This will be the last currency pair we'll check, then we'll move it to commodities, from commodities then to indices. Okay, so let's look at NZD USD based on what we are seeing. Long time frame. I'm zooming out now. So it's also giving us that same vibe of AUD USD. It's been dropping lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high trend. So we should, if we are to follow that, I remember, like we all see, the trend is your friend. Don't ever trade against the trend. Don't trade against the trend. Trade with the trend. So based on what we're seeing now, I'll say this is a minor pullback to the upside. Okay. It's a minor pullback to the upside. Based on what we're saying, I should expect price to get rejected. So let's look at this zone here. There's a zone here. Price could get to this point and get rejected back down. So around this point, we could have our others to expect price to what? Come down. The only reason price will not come down is if it breaks above this point. So let's look at it. If price is able to break above this point, then we can go bullish. But if it respects that zone, if price respects that zone, then we should expect a bearish move. And based on the long-term trend, we've been saying it shows that price has been bearish on NZD USD. It's been giving us that lower high of a trend. So yes, let's watch. This is actually the sensitive point. In fact, around where it is too is also a zone, you understand? So that's one, but I decided to put it up here because this point is okay here, you understand, to make it free. Not that you just come and rush into this point. Price could really still want to come up to this zone, and around this point it could get rejected, and once it gets rejected, then you can follow the move. Okay, so that's my take on NZD USD. Okay, thank you. All right, now we are on to commodities. Let's look at gold. Let's start with gold first. Start with gold. So from gold, we'll move to oil. Okay, come in, move to oil. Then pick one more instrument. Let's look at wheat. Yes, today we'll look at wheat. Okay. All right, so we'll start with gold first. We'll start with gold first. So from gold, we'll move to commodity, to oil, oil to wheat. Okay, gold. All right, so looking at gold, based on what gold has done for a while now, it has actually, in fact, gold has been so dynamic based on what we are seeing on daily time frame. Can we see? Looking at it, gold has gone up to this high, and it has respected that high now, pulled back to this zone. I'm expecting a bullish move on gold. Can you see? When it ranged here, pushed to this upside. Now, from that upside, it dropped down back to this point. Now, can we see on candle zero? This is on daily time frame. It's giving us that bullish move. I'm expecting a bullish move on gold. I'll go bullish on gold. I expect a bullish move on gold. I expect price of gold to go up, 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 up. Just like I said, my prediction is I'm expecting gold to get to 4,000. I'm expecting gold to get to 4,000 on gold. Yes, I'm expecting the price to get to 4,000. So this is on my 1 hour time frame now. Can you see price has respected this point and is pushing back just a little pull? I'm expecting price to push up. So for price to push up here, for us to go that bullish, let's hold on for price to break above this section we're seeing here. That's marked out. If price is able to break above this point successfully, please go bullish on gold. Go bullish on gold. For this trend that is giving to us now, it has gone down to this point, and I feel, yes, around this point, it ranged a little and give us this direction. I'm expecting it to push up, except if it wants to respect the trend. But as far as it closes above this point that has been marked out for us, I'm expecting a bullish move. The only reason I won't go bullish is if it gets to this zone and it rejects it back down. That's when, yes, I will know that something else wants to happen. But as far as it breaks above this point, given here, I'm expecting a bullish move on gold. So that's my take for gold. That's my take for gold. All right, Brown Akiola, I can see you raising your hand. Please come to the chat section and drop the message for me there. Come to the chat section, drop the message for me there. It's showing that you're raising your hand. So come to the chat section, please drop the message for me there. I'll read it, then I'll respond to it. Thank you. Okay. All right, we're on oil. We're on oil, and based on what we're seeing on oil, this is on 1 hour time frame. You understand? Let's look at it from a higher time frame. From a higher time frame, it's more or less like it's just ranging between this point and this point, these 2 points. Let me draw my horizontal line there. This is point 1. Okay, so from this point and this point, that's just what it's doing. Just these 2 points. You understand? It's just been moving between these 2 points. So but yes, if I'm to look at it on oil, I still expect the price to drop on oil because that's one commodity that we already have in large quantity now. Yes, I expect the price to drop on oil. I'm expecting it to drop on oil. So, but to make it fair, so that you might not want to rush in straight, you can decide to hold on for it to break below this part. If it's able to close below this part successfully, you can go what? You can go bearish. Yes, we can go bearish from this section. If price is able to close below this zone that has been marked out, we can go bearish. I'm expecting a bearish move on oil. My take on oil is bearish. That's my own preference. I expect it to go bearish. So that's that for oil. All right, so we'll look at wheat now. Let's look at wheat now. Okay. Brown Akiola, you asked the question of on gold, can't one utilize the difference between the support and resistance on candle zero? Now, one of the things I want you to understand is this: when you're analyzing technically, analyzing the global market technically, analyzing your chart technically, you don't analyze based on candle zero. You analyze based on past actions, because if you're analyzing based on candle zero, it's just like you're gambling. That's just the truth. It's like you're gambling. Yes. So analyzing on candle zero based on what it's doing, yes, you can. How? This is the only thing. If you want to do that, this candle must give you some certain structures. Then you follow the verification candle. That's just it. But that you want to use candle zero on its own, that okay, support. No, 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 no. You can't do that based on candle zero. You can't do that based on candle zero. But there are informations it could give to you that will help you to know that, oh, this man really wants to go this way. Now, let me give you a very good insight. Look at this particular candle here. This candle that you're seeing here is bearish harami. And this other man that you're seeing here, let me zoom in, if that's possible, maybe you can see it. It's more or less like a doji. It's not giving us a definite color here. And it could be a continuation. And you can see it continued, it came down. You understand? So that's the way it is. So even if he wants to give you something like this, it's either it shows an engulfing candle or a bearish engulfing, you understand, either bullish or a bearish harami and the likes. That's when you can ask, okay, since he's giving me this, I need a confirmation candle. And if that is not happening, then you need to hold on. So that's the way it is. I don't know if I feel I've answered your question right. You understand, Mr. Brown Aikiola? So you can't just say, okay, you want to buy based on candle zero. There must be a structure on that candlestick. You understand? Either it's engulfing or it's bearish or something. That's when you can now follow in that line. Like this one now, we could say is engulfing this particular man, then it closed bearish. You understand? This on its own is engulfing, so we should expect it to drop, and this has happened. But for us to now know that yes, continuation might be, if he gives us that bearish tool, we can follow in that line. Okay. Oh, thank you very much. You said you've gotten it. That's nice. Thank you. All right. So let's go to wheat now. Wheat. I'm on wheat. I'm on wheat. Wheat. Let's see what is happening on wheat. Okay, so based on what we're seeing on wheat now, let's look at the daily time frame. You see, price has gone up, and my buyers on this daily time frame now, can you see this one is already bullish candle? Candle zero is appearing within candle one. This is on daily time frame. If it's able to close within it like this, we could say this is bullish harami. You understand? If it closes like this, but you know, the day is just starting, so we can't really say that this is bullish harami now until this candle closes. If it closes bullish harami, then we can go for that, look for that opportunity to buy, because we should be expecting that the next candle that will come up is bullish. You understand? But this is on daily time frame, and that's a long time for it to happen. Let's come back to 1 hour and see. Based on what we're saying, price has dropped here and has pulled back up to this point. Around this point, I for one will be expecting the price to still do what, to come down on wheat. I'll go bearish on wheat. I'll prefer to go bearish on wheat. So you want to go bearish on wheat, hold on for it to break below this part successfully, then you can go bearish. In fact, around this point is currently ranging. You understand? So if I'm going bearish, let it close below this point. Or yeah, let me make it clear. Let me even do it this way. Let it close below this point successfully, then I'll go bearish. That's my own take on wheat. Once it closes like this, then I go bearish with it like that. Yes, that's my take or my own preference. My preference is bearish. Okay, so let's go to the index market. Let's look at US 100, US 30, US 500, US 2000. Then yeah, I can also see Victor Edojo, you're saying D40 here. So we'll look at everything all together. We'll look at it all together now. Let me open the charts down, so we'll start picking it one after the other. Yes. US 100, US 30, and the likes. Okay. Olabanji, I can see you raising your hand. Please come to the chat section. Drop it for me there. Yes, I can see that. Please come to the chat section. Drop the message there for me. I'll read it and I'll respond to it. Thank you. Okay. Yes. All right. I'm returns. Okay. Uh, Abibullah O Oladejo, I can also see your hand. Please come to the chat section. Just drop it for me. Send it to me directly on the chat. I'll read it out. Then, or I read it myself. Then I'll respond to it. You understand? I'm going to attend to your questions. Just do me that favor by dropping it for me. Let me see it on the chat. Once you do that, I'll respond to it. That's that. Okay. So yes, we're looking at okay, US 100, US. Yes. Let me start with US 30 first. From US 30, we'll move to US 100, US 100, US 500, like that, till it gets to the end. Okay. So this is it. Looking at US 30, this is on daily time frame. Can you see price has been going up, going up, going up. Now it has gotten to this high and it's giving us that bearish move. Yes, that's what is always expected. When price is getting to a new high, for the very first time in a long while, one of the things you should expect is price to pull back. And after that pullback, we should expect what? A continuation in that line. Basically on indices, all the US indices, what we should always expect is what? That bullish move. That bullish move. That's what it will always give us. Now, if you look at it on daily time frame, let me zoom it out so we can see all what has been happening. Can you see? It's been more of bullish move on it. It's been pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. So the main thing is just look out for the best point to go bullish on this market. So let's come to our 1 hour time frame. Let's see. So around this point now, can you see it has gone up high and look at what we're saying here. Okay, so you want to go bullish with this market, hold on for it to get rejected from this point. As far as it doesn't close below this box that has been shaded for us, then we should expect price to push up. But if it closes below that point, and it's not going to go up, you expect a bearish move. Okay, so Olabanji asking if you can get the recording on YouTube. Yeah, if you go on YouTube currently, you will see it there, so you can watch it. All what you're seeing here, you can see it there. So yes, go on YouTube. You have the recordings there. You can check it. Check out for it. Just search for it on YouTube. Search for Rally Trade, and once you search for Rally Trade, you see Rally Trade. You see all our videos that has been there. In fact, not just even the money market review videos. You will see. You even see some other recordings there on how to either do some certain things like take profit, stop loss, how to set all those things there. You see it there, so you can watch all the videos to even learn some certain things there. You understand? So yes, the videos are there, everything is there. Okay, so that is that on that question, Mr. Okay. All right. So that's that on US 30. Thank you. So this point as it is now, let's hold on and see if price going to break below it. If price breaks below this point, we could expect price to drop. But as far as it respects this zone, we could expect price to pull back to the upside. You understand? There could be a rejection back to the upside. So that's that on US 30. Let's look at US 100 now. Let's look at what is happening on US 100. Let's see. US 100. Okay, this is US 100. Okay, so someone is saying there's a gap on US 30. Yes, you say there's a gap on US 30. And based on what I'm seeing here, I'm looking at it deeply based on what I'm seeing on MT5. The gap happened yesterday from this point to the upside, right? And it came back down. It has covered for that gap. That's what I'm seeing on my MT5 now currently. Yes, based on that gap. And normally on indices, yes, market gaps. Market gaps. And once it gaps, it just comes back. Once it feels, it rejects back. And sometimes it's not necessary for you to fill the gap. It's not by force for you to fill the gap. It's not all the time that it will fill the gap. And even if it's going to fill that gap, it might be in a long time, after a long time. Because some of this gap might be as a result of news, you understand, or a particular event that just came in as a shocker. You understand? Yes, it could happen like that. And if the market moves in the right direction, it might not fill that gap in a long time. It might not fill the gap in a long time. So yes, that can happen on its own. Okay, so that's just it. All right, so US 100 now, let's see. So on US 100 now, based on what we're seeing, like I said, price has gone up and you can see that it's already pulling back down on US 100. But look at it on 1 hour time frame. You can see that price now is having issues around this point. Price is trying to pull up on this point, on this candle zero here. So this is it. Based on what we are saying, our advice, we look at this point. This is a sensitive point for price, but might look at it like this. Okay, we might say if price is able to break below this path successfully, it should go down. If it closes below this point successfully, we could expect price to go down. But if price respects this zone that we are saying here, then we should expect a bullish move on US 100 on its own. Yes, we should expect a bullish point from that point. If price is able to close bullish on this particular market here, if that happens, then we're going to expect price to push to the upside. That's my own preference on US 100. So sometimes we just need to hold on and see what price will most likely do. We need to hold on and see what price will most likely do. Either it closes above or below that point. So that's just it. US 100, let's wait and see. Is it coming down or is it going to go up? And if it's not coming down, then we're expecting it to push up. So let's wait and see what price is going to do. That's my take on US 100. But I'm expecting a bullish move on US 100. That's just it. So all what I see, whenever I see that bearish move, is just minor for me. Minor for me. So after that, expect a strong bullish move on US 100. Let's look at US 500. That's the S&P 500. So for S&P 500, looking at it from a daily time frame too, is also giving that same like, look, all the US indices, I'm expecting it to push up. Push up. That's just it. I'm expecting it to push up on all the indices. But yes, currently we might have a minor pullback, and that's what we're seeing here now. It's just giving us the same, almost the same structure as of this morning. So as far as price does not break below this particular section that you're seeing here now, we should expect a bullish move too on US 500. But once it breaks below that point, price could really pull back down to some other new support zone. But if it respects this point, then we should expect a bullish move on price US 500. Okay, so that's that. Let's look at US 2000. US 2000. So on US 2002, I feel it's giving us that same vibe that others have been giving us. Exactly, it's giving us that same vibe. So let's just hold on for these two. Exactly the same thing. If it closes below this point, then we expect a bearish move. But if not, and it respects this zone and it pushes up, then we can go for that bullish move. Can go for that bullish move. Okay. So now let's look at the DE40, the German stocks. German stocks, yes. It was, and wow, it's been interesting. It actually went up. It's been pushing up. So based on what we are seeing again, for us to still, for me, I will still expect it to push up, but let's hold on for price to break above this section successfully. Once it breaks above this point, then we can expect price to push up on DE40. You can expect price to push up on DE40. That bullish move is what is expected. I expect price to go up, up, up on the German stock. Yes, I'm expecting price to push up. Okay. Yes, we've done that. So we still have some few minutes more, like 4 minutes and some seconds. So I'll give us the opportunity. You have any instrument you want us to look at, just drop it. 2 more. I'll give opportunities for 2 more instruments. Waiting for us at the chat section, just drop it. I'm waiting for us at the chat section. Just 2 more instruments. 2 more instruments, then I'll look at it and we'll call it a day. Yes, time is ticking before it gets to 9. I'm waiting for 2 more instruments. Which instrument do you want us to look at? I'm waiting for us. Let's drop that instrument. 1, 2, 1, 2. Just 2 more instruments. I'm giving us the opportunity. Or you have a question you want to ask. I'm just giving 2. Opportunity for 2. Yes, GBP USD recap. That's 1. There's 1 more. 1 more, 1 more, 1 more. 1 more, 1 more. I'm waiting for that 1 more. But while that one is coming, then let's look at GBP USD. Just 1 more. Just 1 more. So the next one after this is what I'm going to look at. Okay. So let's look at, okay. That 1 more is now here. And that is GBP JPY. GBP JPY. Okay. Okay. Let's look at GBP USD first. So GBP USD, just like I've said, I'm expecting price to still push down on GBP USD. And I've given us that point here before. If he's able to break below this part successfully, then I'm expecting that bearish move on GBP USD. I'm expecting a bearish move on GBP USD. Yes, it's going to drop. That's my take. Once it closes below this point, I'm expecting a bearish move. So let's fold our hands and watch. That's my own bias. Like I've said from the beginning, I'm expecting it to go down. Yes, GBP USD. So my bias on GBP USD is bearish. Okay, so let's look at GBP JPY now. That's the last instrument for the day, GBP JPY. GBP JPY. So GBP JPY, well, based on what we are seeing technically, it's showing that GBP is also gaining strength. That's why you're seeing it like that. And as of this morning, we actually saw the green arrow displaying on GBP. So yes, you can still see it is displaying, but where price is a sensitive zone for both GBP, JPY, and GBP USD. You understand? This is a support zone and it's a strong point for price. So even if you want to go bearish now, you need to hold on for it to break below this particular zone we are seeing now. Price must close below it successfully for us to go bearish. You understand? If price is able to close below this point successfully here, then we can expect price to go bearish. We can expect price to go bearish. But unless that happens, price could get rejected around this point based on what I am seeing. Okay, so that's that for that. All right, there's this question that has been dropping and popping saying there's a gap on this, it's not showing on MT4, it's not showing on MT5. Now, one of the things you need to understand is these liquidity providers are not the same. So time difference can also be one other thing that could affect that you're seeing gap. You understand? For others, their time is different from the normal time that you are, your country time. And liquidity provider, maybe let's say for instance, the liquidity provider of MT4 could be in UK, while another one could be in New Zealand. Their time or Canada, it's not the same. You understand? So the way the structure will be, it's different. But with time during the day, you see that everything we align, the same movement is what you're going to see. Okay, so that's that. Thank you very much. We've come to today's morning market review. So have a lovely weekend ahead. Bye for now.